who aspire to become entrepreneurs and start their own businesses. It's risky but exciting. You can be your own boss. And if your venture is successful, it can be a game changer, not just for you, but also for innovation and the economy. In fact, policymakers and universities are invested in fostering the next wave of entrepreneurs. Many schools now have entrepreneurship majors along with a variety of courses. There are numerous funding programs to help entrepreneurs transform their innovative ideas into startups. But the reality is, most startups fail. So what happens to your career if your startup doesn't work out? Even if you have a successful startup, what happens to your career if you decide to enter the job market? We wanted to find out how entrepreneurship experience is evaluated by hiring firms. It is unclear whether working as a startup would help or hurt you when you're looking for a job. On the one hand, hiring firms would view this experience favorably because entrepreneurs who embody the entrepreneurial spirit and innovative mindset align with the goal of many firms to foster an innovative environment. On the other hand, recruiters or hiring managers value cultural fit and commitment to their firms. They may worry that entrepreneurs who want to be their own boss may not fit into their corporate culture. Also, founders may easily leave the firm if they don't adjust to the corporate environment or have another venture idea. To explore these conflicting expectations, we conducted a field experiment. Specifically, we examined how real hiring firms evaluated job applicants with and without entrepreneurship experience. We sent out job applications to 2,400 software engineering jobs in the US. Each hiring firm randomly received one of the three fictitious profiles. First, a founder of a failed startup. Second, a founder of a successful startup. And third, a non-founder employee at a tech startup. And besides their job positions, all three profiles had the same education, experience, and skills. So the only difference was the job candidate's entrepreneurship experience. And we measured the likelihood of each profile receiving a job interview from hiring firms. It turns out that former founders were 43% less likely to receive a callback compared to non-founders without this experience. What we found even more surprising is that successful founders who experience exceptional venture success fare worse than failed founders. The average callback rate was 11% for successful founders, 16% for failed founders, and 24% for non-founders. Based on the results, it looks like hiring firms care more about fit and commitment rather than entrepreneurial capabilities and traits. We also find that older, more traditional companies were more hesitant about hiring former founders, while newer companies like startups were more welcoming. To further validate our results, we interviewed 20 recruiters who echoed our field experiment findings. They shared worries that those who have been their own boss might not blend well with the existing workplace culture or stick around long. Recruiters mentioned that entrepreneurs would not become a good corporate citizen and tend to be jumpy. One recruiter is quoted as saying, "Former founders are afraid of politics, hate the documentation they need to go through, and don't seem to understand why there is a structure here." While they acknowledge a founder's capabilities and skills, their concerns about fit and commitment were much larger, especially for successful founders. Another recruiter mentioned that successful founders are cocky, you can't undo success. This makes it hard for successful founders to land in a job. We are scared they won't settle into their role, and few founders even get an interview, but the ones they have are failures. If you're thinking of becoming an entrepreneur, what's our advice? Our results does not imply that becoming a founder is a bad idea. While past founders had a lower interview callback rate, they're still in demand with 11 to 16% callback rate, which is not a low number. Rather, if you do have entrepreneurship experience, it is important to understand recruiters' concern about cultural fit and commitment when you're job hunting. So in cover letters or during interviews, you can emphasize how you would be a great fit and your commitment to the position in the company. You can leverage referrals who can speak to your ability to blend into a new environment and your commitment. Also, you can target younger companies who value entrepreneurial experience more so than older traditional firms. Corporate leaders highlight the importance of nurturing innovative culture and entrepreneurial talent, but favoring candidates without entrepreneurship experience seems contradictory to this strategy. This may be because recruiters are often evaluated and incentivized based on the fit of employees and their retention rate, and hiring former founders could be a risky move. To overcome this misalignment between firm strategy and hiring practices, company executives should effectively communicate with the HR team to select candidates that align with the long-term vision of the company. For policymakers and universities, it is important to create support systems for entrepreneurs in the long run. Education and funding programs should recognize that entrepreneurship is not a destination point, but rather a step along an individual's professional journey. So support programs can be designed to offer resources for those transitioning both in and out of entrepreneurship.